Hello, Stephen and time. Thanks for attending this online webinar, and I'm very happy to see you here. We know due to the epidemic, people cannot meet each other like us normally, even in their own country. So the communications are blocked, and the global economy is declining this year. As an enterprise, we need to find new channels to survive at the new normal. Therefore, we organize many online shows of our products and learn to hold online webinars like this time from other companies, which can help us customers to find some new business opportunities. Firstly, on your right hand, the handouts, you can find the cleanroom design information collection form and our catalogs of the materials. You can download it and check our catalogs. If you have any project about the cleanroom or you want to build a cleanroom from your customers, you can download this form and collect catalogs. Okay. So firstly, we'd like to brief something about Airwoods. Because some of you maybe contact us knowing Hvac, right? Hvac is our headquarters, one of the biggest manufacturers of the AHU and ERV products. Airwoods is an overseas engineering and supplying department founded in 2007. Airwoods' business direction is to provide building air quality solution and turnkey service for cleanroom projects. So our service of cleanroom includes consult, design, procurement and supply, transportation, installation, and site training and commissioning. These are the biggest advantage of us to be a general supplier or contractor of a project. We can provide you a package service as an owner. Of course, they wanted to save money, save time, and less worries about product quality and the deliveries. Those we can guarantee for them. As a building air quality and clean turnkey solution provider, we mainly aim at the market in developing countries, but also focus on European countries. We know developing countries have great increasing demand and potential, but developed countries have the capital advantage. I think you have already know today's topic of the webinar is about cleanroom. So we hope we can exchange our ideas here and can help you understand some basic information about cleanroom. If this is the first time for you, you are the freshman, if you are the freshman, okay? So during my introduction, please pass your questions of the topic you are interested and chat with us. Our engineers is waiting here, okay? So this year is a special year. Throughout 2020, affected by the COVID-19, the government, most of the countries, the government is giving out strong support to the development of the medical care devices production, such as the ventilators, face masks, has been urgently needed in a great amount since early this year. But why we need a clean room for disposable mask factory, such as because some manufacturers want to take this opportunity to share the market. During the past few months, we have been receiving lots of inquiries of face mask production workshop, the clean room solution, especially from America, India, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Korea, and Australia. In November, we just contract a face mask clean room workshop with a customer from Australia, Brisbane. Maybe you are the businessman. You have capital. You have money. You want to add a new face mask production line in your existing factory and bring it on stream. You have to complete the clean room workshop at the soonest to race against time, or even a layman who wants to catch this chance, but you just don't know how to do and what we should do, right? So, and meanwhile, you only want to invest it with a limited budget. A high standard solution is beyond your reach. You need an economic way, and you want suggestions from us. So if you come across these difficulties, don't worry. You have us here, okay? We are experienced and able to provide an integrated face mask workshop solution in an efficient way. Now, we are going to introduce the face mask production process flow design regulations. You can see some information on the slides. These include two parts, the personal and materials flow. These regulations of the clean room design are also the same with other industry which needed to be constructed as a clean room. So basically, the personal and the materials have separate loads of entrance and exit. That the materials load including raw materials and finished goods. The purpose of the separation is to avoid air cross-contamination and make sure the clean room inside air cleanliness. Where the sources of the contaminations from, they are from the, the airborne contamination level of the clean room is largely dependent on the particle generating activities in the room. Besides the personnel who also contribute to the contamination levels, it has been found that many of those contaminants are generated from 5 basic sources. The first one is facilities. The second one is people, those working staff inside the clean rooms. The third one is tools, also including your production machineries. The fourth one is fleece, and the last one is the finished product. So in order to preventing these contaminants from entering the clean room environment is a key objective of the clean room design and use. Usually, there are shoes change and washing room, air shower and air lock from the room before entering the clean room for personal. I will show you a layout later, okay? And for the raw materials, there's a raw material storage room, unpacking room, passports, air shower for goods before entering the process workshop. And process workshop to sterilization room and to airlock or passports. Then finally to the storage room for the finished product. If the clean room have different classified areas such as ISO 8, ISO to ISO 7, or to higher hygienic areas, they will need the second change room or airlock room for personnel from the lower clean room areas enter to the high hygienic rooms. If you are constructing a medical use face mask process workshop in China, we need to build a physical and chemical labs in mandatory. Okay, so considering the clean room layout design should be compliant with ISO or GMP construction standards, customer can request the production machinery supplier to plan well-organized design journeys or consult the local qualified design department according to your project requirements. The layout is the basis for us to understand all process flow of your project. And we need it for doing the clean room construction and the direction design, as well as the Hvac system design. Now, when it comes to the Hvac system, there are some requirements of the Hvac system design. The first one, we know the integrated of the clean room environment is created by the pressure difference compared with the adjacent areas through heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system, right? The Hvac system requirements include 3 parts, include below 6 parts, okay? The first one is supplying airflow in sufficient volume and cleanness to support the cleanness rating of the room. The second one is introducing air in a manner to prevent stagnant areas where particles could accumulate. The third one is filtering the outside and the recycled air from indoors, cross high efficiency particulate air filters with a Hvac filter, okay? The fourth one is conditioning the air to meet the clean room temperature and humidity requirements. The last one is ensuring enough conditioned make-up air to maintain the specified positive pressurization. So about 3 parts is the main requirements for the Hvac system design. There is much more into the design of clean room in terms of details of technology of equipment, the type of filtration, efficiency, airflow distribution, amount of pressurization, redundancy, noise issues, energy conservation. So it is complete. I just simplify something here. Okay, next part, we'd like to explain more information about the Hvac system design requirements. Let's start one by one. The first one, supplying airflow insufficient. We calculate the supply air according to the ISO standard, the air change rate, and also consider the room pressure requirements and the make-up air if have exhaust in some specific rooms. The total supply air needs to have additional 10% to 20% for the safety factor. The second one is introducing air in a manner. That is, we talk about the airflow pattern. It depends on the system we designed. Usually, we adopt ceiling supply diffuser with Hvac filter and the bottom return with grills. The filtering system always has 3 stages: the pre-filter, the medium filter, and the Hvac filter. The pre-filter and the medium filter are inside the air handling unit. Hvac filter is on the terminal diffusers. So 3-stage filter can guarantee the filtering efficiency of airborne size at 0.3 mm, reaching 99.99%. So the supply air is very clean to meet the ISO standard. Okay, conditioning the air to meet the room temperature and humidity requirements. For face mask process rooms, it is not very strict with the temperature and humidity control. Usually we consider it is the comfortable condition at the temperature 23 to more or less Celsius degree and 50% for the humidity. However, different industries have different temperature and the RH and the humidity control requirements, such as pharmaceutical, electronic industry. They are very strict with the humidity and the control and the temperature control. If the clean room environment cannot achieve the ideal condition, you may have very bad results of the whole process and cause you massive loss. By the way, customers should provide the local ambient temperature and humidity data as the fresh air condition for our calculations. You will find more the necessary information on the design collection form. So please download it to check more details on your handouts. Okay. Regarding this, we need to have a precise control system of the AHU for Hvac system. We control the AHU system by using the PLC controller. PLC control can monitor the room temperature and humidity, as well as the pressurization throughout the sensors. We provide and supply the temperature and the humidity and the pressure sensors along with the control box. And then the AHU PLC controller can adjust the AHU output automatically according to our settings. We have the settings of the original data of the temperature and the humidity, right? So this last one is the EO sterilization. EO sterilization is a production procedure of the face mask, which can be done by qualified and professional party. And inside the EO sterilization room, it needs explosion-proof devices in the Hvac system, like fan motor, the light, electric components, and so on. And the exhaust air should be washed by water before being discharged to outside. Introduced all about this are the general introduction of the regulation of clean room design, includes personal and materials process flow, Hvac system design. So now, if you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. My team will check it out, and I will answer you on time. Okay. The coming parts, we will know the introductions about the clean room construction. You can basically you can know the introduction contents on the slides. The partition walls and the ceiling, the doors and windows, floor, passage, and the lighting systems. Now let's start the introduction. For partition wall and the ceiling, we use color-coded panels with the sandwich panel. It has three options. Normally has three options: the glass magnesium and PU and the local wood as a core materials. For PU, of course, is the best with high price, and local sandwich panel with the best fireproof performance. So but always we recommend the glass magnesium sandwich panels because these panels have excellent performance in fireproof, waterproof, and insulation. For most of projects, 50 millimeter thickness is enough. While some project has asked for 100 millimeter thickness. In the meantime, we also use aluminum profiles to connect the panels, the partition wall and the ceilings, the partition wall and the floors, the transition. Okay, use the aluminum profiles and make the corners neat and clean. As we know, clean room is dust-free rooms. Okay, so next part is about the doors. The doors are the entrance to each room. So we can provide the customized solution to fit project needs. Usually the standard doors we have single open door is 900 millimeter by 21,000 millimeter. This is for the single open doors. The double open door is usually 1.5 meter by 2.1 meter. And for the doors, the size, the materials, thickness, and the colors also can be customized according to the project. And of course, for some special doors, such as the fast rolling doors, the sliding doors, and the emergency escape doors are also available from us. Okay, let's talk the windows. The windows for cleanroom project is not the normal glass window we see on our buildings. Windows are where people monitor indoor situation. We usually make double temperate glass. This glass is very strong and inside with some dry desiccant to avoid the moisture. So you will see the windows pictures at the end of our webinars. The next part is about the floor. Floor for the cleanroom, it has two options: the PVC floor or the epoxy floor. When we suggest PVC floor and when we suggest epoxy floor, it depends on the cleanroom areas. If the cleanroom is larger than 500 square meters, we usually suggest using epoxy floor. And if the area is less than 500 square meters, you better to use the PVC floor. We suggest this is based on the economic ways to save your money. And we will show the real pictures of the PVC floor on the slides. Okay. So among the neighbor rooms, you can always see there is a pass box is often used, built on the walls to pass materials, the raw materials or the finished goods, to avoid contamination and save time. We know the neighbor rooms always for different purpose, different process purpose. They should be separate and should be avoid the air cross contamination. That's why we need to use a pass box. The last one is about the lighting system. We also designed the lighting system for the project. The lighting in production area should be flush with the ceiling and the high brightness. The LED light should be waterproof and easy to clean and the surface should be smooth to keep away from the dust. We normally use the purification LED lights, the ceiling lamp, not it is special use for the cleanroom project. Besides, the cleanroom also have the exist signs and emergency power in case of emergency happens, such as if the electricity power is shut down immediately, right? You have to have emergency power to let the people go to outside. And some other emergency happens, such as fire, something like this. You can evacuate by those guide signs. So we talked many about the face mask cleanroom design and the construction materials. So I think you may have some rough ideas in your mind. You don't know what, if you're the freshman, you're not very clear about what I'm talking about, right? So we will provide you a catalog or the project reference by email. Please send us your request if you have customer to build a clean room or you want to build a clean room. So you will know what exactly it is, the clean room it is, okay? So next part is the final part. Is about, we start to introduce we want to share on project cases of the disposable mask manufacturing clean room. So my partner Tom will change the slide to here. So far we have talked about the indoor construction. Now we'd like to share a project case with you. It is project we complete in the first half year in China domestic. The face mask factory covers about 550 square meters, but the main production areas covers around 370 square meters. So you can see there are 5 production lines. Tom, could you show the layout? Yeah, you can see the layout. There are 5 production lines. It is a ISO-8 ductless clean room with the air change rate 25 times per hour. The indoor pressurization is about 15 to 20 Pascal, the positive pressure. And on the top of the ceiling, on the top of the ceiling, you can see the, sorry. Yeah, on the top of the ceiling, you can see there are many diffusers to supply the air from the air handling unit. The total supply air is about 8,000 cubic meter per hour. And there are, at the 2 side walls, there are some return air grills for indoor air circulation. The indoor air will go through the grills to the air handling unit, and the fresh air will mix with the return air, and after cooling, heating, or humidifying, and then supplying to the clean room areas. Okay, for the workers, we can see they will enter from the roller shutter doors from outside, and then get changed. You can see there are male and female change room, and then they will go to the washing room, and there are air lock room before entering the production workshop. For these rooms, actually they are in the locking system to maintain room pressure and keep air clean. Finally, they enter the production area from this corridor. I mean, just from the airlock room. For the materials, you can see on the left top, there are raw material storage room and the unpacked room and the other rooms or other function rooms. So the raw material will be stored at this area. They will be unpacked and then sent into the production area. The finished goods will be packed in the packing area. The finished goods, you can see there are 2 passports. The finished goods will pass from the production area to the packing area. Packing area can be constructed with the finished goods storage rooms. So they can use the 1 rooms. Now, you can see from the slides, there are 4 pictures. There are 4 pictures. The first one is the change room. The second one is the workshop. the May production workshop. You can see the PVC floor. It is light blue color, and the doors is a green color. No, sorry, the blue color. Actually, the blue color. And so with the tempered glass window, observation glass window, and the LED lights from the ceiling. Besides the LED lights, you can see the Hvac filter. Actually, you can see that Hvac diffuser. And the return grill is on the corner. You can see there are return grills. So actually, this is the face mask production workshop, clean workshop. The third picture is the face mask production machine. You can see they are working. The last picture is an overview of the storage rooms, storage and pack. So I think you have watched this short video before when you get my email. So my colleague will help me to show it again. This is a short videos. Actually, we take so many pictures from the sites. So if you want us to share more information about this project or send you more pictures, you can let us know. Okay, you have our emails, I think. So last one is we comes to the questions and the answers.
Okay, yeah, we got a question from Steven, and he's asking, is there a factory layout example for the mask manufacturing that we just showed the customer? Maybe we can show the layout to Steven and explain the layout again.
Yeah. So you want us to, Steve want us to show
the layout.
The layout, right?
Yeah.
The layout, yes. Stephen, yes, we can send you the reference layout of the face mask production factory. Okay, I will send you email by email later.
Yeah, maybe we can show the layout that we just explained to all the audience. We can go over the layouts one more time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
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 From the layout, Stephen, from the layout, you can see the right hand is a May production workshop. There are 5 production lines, right? This 5 production lines is a machinery, production machinery lines. And is the ISO standard is ISO 8. We also say class D is 100,000 class clean room. And this is a May workshop. On the bottom of the layout, you can see the shoes change from the finished goods packing area. People enter from here. The shoes change, and then there are men and women. Change room to change their clothes, and then they will go to the hand washing room. And hand washing room, there is a passage with a airlock room or bathroom. This is before entering the May production workshop. So this is a personal floor. This should be very clear, okay? This should be very clear to meet the clean room construction or design standard. Of course, there is a tools and clothes washing rooms. These are other function rooms, okay? on the left top, there are raw material storage rooms and unpacking and waste room. So the people will move the raw materials to the storage room, and then they will unpack the raw materials in the next room, and then move the materials to the production workshop. They will check also. They will check the finished goods. If they are not qualified, they will put them into the waste room, okay, and take out to the other side. And on the left hand, the main area is for the finished goods packing area and the finished goods storage. So this is a very simple, I think it's a very simple layout for the disposable face mask clean room design. Actually, this is for the disposable face mask. If the customer wanted to build the clean room for the medical use, the layout is more complicated, because there is the second changing room for the laboratory. There is laboratories and the other function rooms. So it's more complicated. So Stefan, I will send you this reference layout by email later. Okay. So do you have any other question?
Yeah, we got another question, and the customer is decided to build a face mask clean room with 500 square meters in Egypt. So they want to get a budget. And so what information is required to be provided to get a budget?
Okay. Firstly, you should to download the handout, the clean room design collection forms as the handouts, the form, okay? This is the basis form we need for the clean room design, okay? You have to fill in all the necessary information of the clean room design. For the budget, we completed many face mask clean room projects, so I can give you a roughly cost, okay? So usually the cost for the face mask clean room, I mean for the production workshop, is about 400 to 500 USD per square meter. I mean, it is include all parts, as I just introduced, include the HVAC part, include the construction materials and the labor cost. So this is a rough cost for the construction, the budget, for your budget purpose. Take your note down, 400 to 600 USD per square meter, including all parts of the construction and the HVAC system and the labor cost, okay?
Okay, so we got another question from Steven, and he's asking how to control the airflow rate.
Yeah.
How to manage the airflow rate on each room.
Airflow rate.
Right? Airflow rate on each room, yeah.
Okay, Stephen. How to control
manage
the airflow rate of each room? Actually, we need to calculate the airflow based on the air change rate and the cleanliness standard. Usually for the such as for the main production workshop, it is the ISO 8 standard, right? So the air change rate is normally at 18 to 20 times per hour. So we calculate the total supply air of these rooms. And there are also, for the diffusers at the terminals, there are manual dampers to regulate the supply airflow to the rooms. So this can be, we also can monitor the room pressure to know the airflow if it meets our design standards. So we have many ways to manage the airflow of each room.
Yeah, actually that question is for Artie, and The Stephen question is, he got two questions. The first question is how to control the pressure of the clean room system. And the second question is how to avoid the convections to control relative humidity and versus temperature versus pressure.
Okay, as I just
Like he means, is it possible the positive pressure of the room is plus 10 or plus 15 pa for the room?
okay.
Yeah.
So there's regulations for the clean room construction, well, ISO standard. So every countries maybe have their own regulations of the clean room construction, but more or less the same. Okay. So for different ISO standard, for ISO 8, ISO 7, ISO 6, or ISO 5, is different clean room standards. They have different requirements of the air change rate, the room pressure requirements. So basically, for the room pressure, we usually controlled by the supply air. The supply air is from the air change rate, calculating from the air change rate. So we maintain the room pressure. We have the different pressure gauge on the walls to monitor the room pressure. Normally for the ISO 8, the room pressure needed to keep the positive pressure plus 15 Pascal. And the neighbor rooms, such as the airlock room, the change room, they only need to maintain positive 10 Pascal is enough because the production workshop is the high hygienic area. So the air always from the main workshop to the outside in case to prevent the dusty or the dirty air from outside to the clean room workshop. Okay. Actually, the temperature and humidity control and the pressure control are not confliction. Okay, they are separate control because the pressure is from the supply air. At the meanwhile, we cooling or heating the supply air with the target humidity and temperature by the PLC controller. We can set the required humidity and the temperature and the pressure value on the PLC controller. So they are adjusted and controlled automatically by the PLC controller. So it can manage easily. Don't worry about it. Okay. Does the cost include all electrical installation? For the electrical installation, we only include the lighting system, socket, and the LED lamps, and the electric box for the light LED lamp and the socket. The electric don't include your machinery electricity. This should be introduced by yourself according to your equipment, the power consumption or the electricity needed. Okay, we're only responsible for the lighting system, not for the machinery power supply. I mean, the room door should be open and closed at operation. When the door is on, pressure should drop. Sorry. Yes, at the normal time, the room should be open and closed when operation. When the door is open, the air, the production workshop with high positive pressure, the air always comes from inside. I mean, from the production workshop to outside, at the meantime, yes, the air will be leakage to outside, but just the HU is still working, so the supply air is constant. So actually, the pressure not be dropped for a while. because you won't close the door all the time, right? It not satisfy the clean room operation regulations. We designed the clean room is to prevent the air cross contamination and keep the working area air is clean with the specific positive pressures. Okay, the next one is what electric standards you can provide. It depends on your local standards. Actually, we know in China, we have two standards for the civil use or for the industry use. 220 at 50 hertz or 380 at 50 hertz is a standard voltage for us. For some other countries, it maybe have different electric standards, maybe 60 hertz to 30 three-phase 60 hertz. So actually, we can customize this air handling unit with the different standards. But as I just explained, we only design the electrical system for the lighting system. So for your machineries, electricity supply, you have to install the electrical system by your local electricity companies. Okay. So, and what else for the question? You can find more necessary information you have to fill in on the handouts. The clean room design collection forms. Please download it, and you can fill the necessary information.
Yeah. Some customer ask, could we offer free design?
Free design?
Yes.
Yes. Basically, we can provide the free design to customers, but it depends. Okay, if your project is very big, we have takes much time, and our engineers have to spend lots of time on your design job. Maybe you have to kindly consider to pay us some design fee. We have charge standards for the small clean rooms. We can provide the free design. For the design fee. For the design fee, actually, if finally you give the project to us, I mean, we are the general supplier or contractor for your project. The design fee will be as a part of advanced payment of the materials and the equipment. That means the design fee is free for you.
So one last question. Can we lower down the cost of the clean room by different selections of components? Can we lower the cost of the clean room by selecting a different selection of components?
Okay, you want to save the cost, right? Making it more economical. Yes, of course. We have, as I just introduced for the clean room construction materials, there are many options for the materials. Their price, of course, different. If you want to save money, we can use cheaper materials. And of course, and meanwhile, we also have different design ways, design solutions to save the cost. So, but we have to discuss with you and confirm with you about the cost solution. So if you have more questions about the clean room, especially about the disposable face mask clean room, please email to me or email to our info address. Okay. So time is, we only have 1 hour for the online webinars. So time is limited, only 7 minutes left. So if you have more questions, we talk by email, okay? Okay, last question.
So for PLC system, what brand do we use?
For PLC system, I think it's PLC controller system for the air handling
Yes.
unit. We have some choice options. The normal we propose to use the world famous brands such as Siemens, Schneider, or other world famous components for the PLC controller. But of course, their price is much higher. So if you think the price high, we can use our domestic brands. So maybe their price is in very big difference. So yeah, it depends on your budget. So you can email to me for the next online webinar topics. We will prepare it according to your request. Okay. So see you next time. Bye bye.